So did you know that if you add oats, chia seeds, cocoa powder, yogurt, honey and milk to a bowl, mix to combine before placing in the fridge for 2 hours or overnight, and top with yogurt for extra protein, berries for fiber, a little bit of dark chocolate, and you've just made super thick and creamy chocolate overnight oats.
This is how you make super creamy and delicious blueberry cheesecake overnight oats. Packed with 46 freaking grams of protein, these blueberry oats are gonna make you so full for so long. Obviously, I did enjoy them by myself, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make them too. You're gonna mix oats, vanilla protein powder, chia seeds, and almond milk. Then you'll add vanilla extract and sugar-free syrup. You can also use honey or just normal syrup. Add tons of fresh blueberries and store in the fridge for 4 to 8 hours or just overnight. Once they're ready, you can put them in a bowl and get started on your topping. I mixed half a cup of Greek yogurt with 1 tablespoon of light cream cheese. I added some more syrup and mixed them all together very well. I also microwaved half a cup of frozen blueberries and mashed them so it creates this sort of puree that I put on top. And I added my Greek yogurt, and because I love beautiful things, I made sure it looked very artistic. I crumbled 1 graham cracker on top to give that cheesecake look, and obviously garnished it. This is super optional, but it just makes me very happy. I really hope you guys try this one out. It is so freaking good.
I'm a nutritionist, and I'm obsessed with breakfast. This week, I wanted to recreate the cake pods I keep seeing in supermarkets, but make them breakfast friendly. Each pot contains around 12 grams of fiber, 32 grams of protein without using protein powder. I made a simple baked oat style sheet cake, and I started to layer a bit of the oat cake, some yogurt, fruit, toppings, and repeat. Listen, if you're someone who loves that perfect bite and mix and match balanced brekkie and, well, cake, this one is for you.
Wow. This is how you make super creamy.
Introducing you to your new favourite speedy breakfast, scrambled oats, or as I also like to call it, frying pan granola. This is so good and so easy to make. All you need to do is mash a banana with rolled oats, cinnamon and salt. Transfer that into a frying pan and press it down into a thin layer, almost like a pancake. Keep breaking it up until you get golden clusters. Then I like to serve it up with protein yogurt, fruit, cacao nibs and nut butter. Enjoy.
Throwing it back to my baked oats era. This was my hyperfixation back in 2020, and it was pretty much all I ate for breakfast for months. Today I'm sharing one of my favorite variations, which is the cinnamon roll baked oats. The base is a standard baked oats batter that is lightly sweetened with maple syrup. And then I mix a little of that base with cinnamon and brown sugar for that classic cinnamon roll swirl. That gets baked to your desired consistency, and it's topped with a simple cream cheese frosting. Find the full details in the caption and follow for more recipes.
These banana bread overnight oats are creamy, filling, and only take a few minutes. My pro tip is to mash the banana before adding it to your oats to get some of that natural sweetness in every bite. Greek yogurt and chia seeds add protein to this fiber-rich breakfast. Enjoy!
When you're sad, but you remember you have a 35-pound jar of oatmeal, so you decide to make
tiramisu stovetop oats.
in a medium-sized pot, combine rolled or instant oats, milk of choice, liquid sweetener, vanilla, instant espresso, and cook on a medium-heated pan, stirring occasionally for about 5 to 10 minutes. And it should be thick enough to transfer to a bowl, then add vanilla Greek yogurt and evenly spoon it on top. Then get cocoa powder and dust it on top until covered, and you will have just made some of the best oats you will ever have.
Close to 1 million of you absolutely loved my baked oats recipe. So I'm back for a part 2, but this time it's a choc banana bread edition. I say this all the time, but yes, it's true what they say, abs are made in the kitchen. If you have a specific fat loss goal, you need to be prepared with your nutrition. Not only does this recipe store so well, making it super easy to stay on track with your goals, but it also tastes like you're having dessert for breakfast, and it's also high in protein to keep you full and satisfied. Simply combine all of your ingredients together, top it with extra choc chips and banana, pop it in the oven to bake, and that's it. Then when it's ready to serve, top it with Greek yogurt and peanut butter. Make sure to give this one a go and let me know what you think. Enjoy!
I make these sticky toffee oats every single week, and I swear they get more delicious every single time. A lot of you have asked me how I get like the sticky, thick texture of the oats. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I don't measure anything, I just eyeball everything. And honestly, I think that's the key. I add oats and flax seeds to a pan with some milk, and the flax seeds are really important to get that sticky texture. Add the syrup and the spices, and then give that all a mix. And I will always start off on a really high heat, and then when it's been bubbling like that for a couple of minutes, I'll turn it down to like a low heat. I'll add a little bit more milk if it gets too thick, and like I say, it's just about keeping an eye on it until you get the texture that you want. Do you know what I mean? You want it thick like this, delicious. For the sauce, I usually do almond butter or peanut butter, but I did cashew butter today, and guys, it was so fucking delicious. It was so good. Add the spices, the syrup, and a splash of milk to thin it out, and then mix until you get this type of texture. Again, it's just about eyeballing it and adding things as you go if you need to. Add the delicious oats to a bowl, and I forgot that I usually add a few chopped dates into the oats, but I forgot today, but then you also put some on top. Add the sauce and the spices, and then you're good to go. I will also sometimes add like a crunchy element on top, but I didn't today. You can do like granola, some chopped nuts, some cacao nibs, go crazy. But these guys, I will never stop eating these, I fear. I think I will be eating these until I'm 95 years old. If you like sticky toffee pudding, you have to try these.
There's only one way to get me to eat oatmeal. You have to bake it in the oven and make it taste exactly like chocolate chip banana bread. It's the easiest breakfast that you can make that comes together all in one bowl. Start by adding your rolled oats, maple syrup, brown sugar, baking powder, vanilla extract, cinnamon, a little bit of coconut oil, almond milk, and 2 whole mashed bananas. Mix together until you have a consistency that looks just like this, and then transfer it to a 9x9 pan that's been lined with parchment paper. I love my banana bread with chocolate chips and walnuts, so I'm adding that on top and then popping it in the oven to bake until set. When it's crispy on the edges but set in the center, you could take it out of the oven, slice into individual pieces, and then top it off with some more fresh fruit or yogurt to enjoy.
I always forget how absolutely insane these banoffee oats are until I have them again. They are so incredible. It's like dessert for breakfast, but they're not too sweet. It's like perfectly salty sweet, you know what I mean? It's just delish. You just mix together some oats and flax seeds, and the flax seeds give a really nice chewy texture to the oats, guys. A pinch of salt, some cinnamon, your milk of choice, and a little bit of maple syrup or honey. There is a really sweet sauce that goes on top of this though, so you don't need much sweetness in the actual oats. Oh, excuse the finger there, but you fry some bananas over a pan on a low heat with some cinnamon until they're nice and caramelized, and then this sauce, guys, is so insane. It's pretty much the same sauce that I use on my sticky toffee oats. It's just insane. I'll write the full recipe for everything in the caption so you can just look there, but it's absolutely delicious. You top the porridge with the bananas and the sauce, an extra sprinkle of cinnamon, and guys, just look at that. That is a work of art. Hang her in the Louvre, she is fucking gorgeous. The cooked bananas are just so insane with the warm oats and then the cold sauce on top. Oh my god, it's just the perfect breakfast. Please try this and let me know if you do, because I swear to god it is life-changing.
What if I told you could make baked oats in just 60 seconds? This is my daily breakfast. About a year ago, I was making my usual baked oats recipe until my lazy curiosity wondered what would happen if I microwaved the mixture instead of putting it into the oven. And the answer was this warm, high-protein, cakey dream. I genuinely eat this most days, served up in a bowl like this, and it still never gets old. You just can't beat it. Enjoy. Nothing gets me out of bed in the morning quite like knowing I have my meal prep baked oats waiting in the fridge. You know the drill by now, it's another week, another flavour. And this time I was feeling something fruity, so we've gone for blueberry cheesecake. These could not be easier to make, everything's done in one dish and you get 4 to 5 servings to set you up for breakfast for the whole week ahead. The tanginess of the baked yogurt and the sweetness of the blueberries in this is a match made in heaven. Enjoy hot or cold with some yogurt and peanut butter, and be sure to follow me to find out which combo's next.
Hey guys, I know I've been slacking a little bit with these overnight oats recipes, but here's episode 15. We have a chocolate caramel overnight oats. The first time I made this, I did use peanut butter powder to make the caramel because I thought almond butter powder didn't exist. But thankfully, so many people in the comments told me it does exist. I guess I just couldn't find it in the grocery stores near me. I ended up ordering one off Amazon. Honestly, makes the caramel a million times better. Like the almond butter powder, 10 out of 10. To make these oats, I did start with my chocolate oats base. It's honestly the same way I make majority of my oats. I just add some cocoa powder to it. And to make the caramel with some almond butter powder, some sugar-free maple syrup, a little bit of water and vanilla. For the maple syrup, you can honestly add as much or as little as you want. It just depends on how sweet you want it. And then for the amount of water, it honestly just depends on the consistency you'd like. I know this is not like a true caramel, but I think it still tasted really good. I added a little bit of that caramel to my yogurt Cool Whip mixture, and then I drizzled the rest on top and like swirled it with like a toothpick just to make it look really pretty. And then I let it sit in the fridge overnight. I've noticed that when I make my oats and eat it the next day, I prefer the texture a lot more than when I let it sit for more than a day. It gets a lot thicker and it's still really good, but because I'm a texture person, I think I prefer the creaminess of it the next day. But overall, 10 out of 10. These oats honestly make my morning so much more fun.
I like my oats how I like my men. Creamy, thick, high in protein. That tastes like rich melty chocolate. That's what I'm talking about. These chocolate oats tick all, well, most of those boxes. With over 30 grams of protein and absolutely no protein powder, there truly is no better way to start the day. In a pan, adding our oats, salt and boiling water, bringing her up to the boil, then cooking on medium for 20 minutes. You want your oats to be soft and relatively thick, but still have some water floating around them for the egg whites to cook in. Once thick, we'll add in our whites. Whisking constantly, first they'll froth, but you'll know they're done when they go nice and thick. Now, time to make her creamy, baby. Add in single cream, vanilla bean paste measured with the sole, brown sugar sweetener, stevia and cocoa powder. I usually do both Dutch and black cocoa to add the chocolatey flavour, chocolate peanut butter powder and a rather controversial ingredient. Miso. Now, before you hurt my feelings, miso is just a salty umami thing that we can add to sweet dishes to make them deeper and rounded in flavour. Girl, stop being such a crybaby and just try it, okay? Oh, and also a pinch of coffee and a tiny sprinkle of cinnamon. Give that a good old mixy mix to combine. She'll be thick like pudding, really just a creamy hot chocolate in oat form.
I'm salivating.
Top her in a way your sweet little heart desires, which of course must include chocolate chips. At 346 calories and 34 grams of protein, she's chocolatey, creamy, and oh so wonderful. I wish I could say the same for my men. Let me know what oat variation I should try next.
Banana bread overnight oats. I genuinely think these are the best overnight oats I've created. Literally so easy. We're gonna use maybe like half of a banana, nice and ripe and perfect, so it's gonna be sweet. Do about 50 grams of banana. Give it a nice mash. And then it's just my regular base recipe. 1/2 cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 1/2 cup of almond milk. Of course, you can use whatever milk you want. For Greek yogurt, we're gonna do a little more than normal because I'm not topping it in the morning. About 80 grams of Greek yogurt. The amount of Greek yogurt I go through is like actually not normal. Couple drops of vanilla stevia. The banana makes it sweet, so you don't need that much. And for that true banana bread feel, we're gonna do some cinnamon, just a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg is very strong, so you do not need a lot. I learned that the hard way. Dash of salt, and now we mix. The mason jar, I like to add little banana slices on the bottom. I don't really know if it does anything, but it makes it look cute. If it looks cute, it tastes better. I am someone who deeply does care about presentation. Now we just pour our mixture into the mason jar. That's simple. In the fridge overnight. Just got home. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I did take a bite of it before I left for my workout class because I couldn't help myself. So that's why it looks a little mangled. Personally, I just have to measure my almond butter or I can get a little crazy with it. It's 7 grams of almond butter, banana slices on top. Why not? I'm just gonna do a couple pecans. I just did 3 grams. I'm addicted to flaky salt. It just tastes better right on top. I also got cold brew for the first time at Treehouse today. I always get their lattes. I've never had their cold brew, but it's so good. And that is the final banana bread overnight oats. Next time, I would try it with chocolate chips.
Let's make some easy overnight oats. I generally stick to the same recipe. I do half a cup of oats, 1 cup of milk of your choice. I do strawberries and blueberries usually. I just did strawberries this time. I always use chia seeds, maple syrup, and I threw in some peanut butter this time and I did not regret it. You just mash it all together and that's literally it. Make sure to put these into the fridge the night before and you have breakfast ready to go in the morning. Overnight oats are perfect if you're short on time in the mornings or if you genuinely just enjoy overnight oats. I would love to hear feedback. Tell me your favorite overnight oat recipe or things that I need to throw into mine.